Good afternoon. My name is Ted Fuller. I am the current eBay program manager, solidly in place over the last 7+ years, managing the program, entrenching with sellers. Now, I just want to remind everyone, the inventory listing program, think of it as machinery that literally is paving the road from your inventory, your warehouse of inventory, to the eBay marketplace. It literally paves the road and connects you and your inventory to the eBay marketplace. Inventory activation within your inventory tool is actually very easy. And people sometimes come to me and say, you know what, I don't seem to, have the expertise. I'm a little gun shy. I don't have the confidence in it. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's very, very easy. And so I want to use this material today to help you see it as an easy tool to use that doesn't take a lot of time. Because parts activation can be done in bulk, it can be done very efficiently, and it does not take a huge amount of time to activate your parts, find the worthy items and activate them to get them working for you on eBay. And it's important to know that you can really experiment with what's possible, and you can experiment with putting certain product onto the eBay marketplace, experiment with certain pricing, experiment with certain shipping rules and logic. What is your perception of eBay as a new seller or as a long-term seller? But also, what's eBay's impression, or what is a buyer's impression of you? What is your perception of eBay? What is your perception of the buyer? How do you want to be perceived as an eBay seller? Do you want to be perceived on eBay as a Formula One, super efficient, high-powered race car, winning consistently, month over month, and growing your business annually? Or do you want to be that clunker that still runs, gets good gas mileage, may not look so pretty, but it's out there and it's running and it's doing what it needs to do at a minimum? It's getting you from A to B. Never going to win a race, never going to be the top guy. Where do you want to be? So I want to help you sort of see this information and knowledge transfer today as a way to really change the game and dial it up a bit. So what we are here today to do, want to cover the inventory performance dashboard. That is one of the most important elements of the inventory tool that you can focus on continually. I'm going to cover the eBay Link global rules or preferences. I want to cover the powerful search panel built within the inventory tool. There are part controls, so I'm going to cover the part control panel. It's very, very important to understand the variety of rules you have at your discretion for shipping and handling methodology for your live listing. And also, it's important to show you a little bit of feature function and how you can differentiate your listings. There's a lot of controls on the listings to help you differentiate your items from other people. So the ultimate takeaway from today, folks, is to help you understand that doing a little bit of knowledge transfer will help give you more power, more confidence, and more control. So in order to give you a new perspective on things, it's critical to break things down into a simple 3-step process. And this may be something you already know. When it comes to eBay and getting the most out of your eBay store, it's all about your inventory. So in that first step is taking a look at your inventory and manage it up into the eBay marketplace. If those things aren't up there working for you, they're not available on the shelf for people to pick, put them in their shopping cart and pay you for them. Okay, so you want to go to your inventory tool and make sure that your worthy things are activated. eBay sales is the second step. Put those items on eBay as first, let them sell. If you take a moment to analyze the transactional data, it will tell you a tremendous amount of information. So if you can analyze what you charged for shipping, what did I pay for shipping, where did it go, what sort of profit margin did I make, what was my fee structure, all of that information is available to you very quickly if you know where to look for it. Based on that transactional data, do I need to make adjustments? Or is it okay? Am I all right with where I am? Don't be afraid to come back into the inventory tool and make adjustments. In step 3, once your inventory is on eBay, you've made those proper adjustments. Step 3 is then to focus on your eBay seller performance and your seller status. If you can focus on what eBay requires at a minimum for customer service and seller standards, you will do 5 times greater than those who don't. Those that are focused on their seller performance and status on eBay are far more successful than those that don't. So what's the point? Why do I ask for these sessions, and why should you care as a seller utilizing the program? Well, here's the drill. The average program seller has not finished the job in terms of inventory activation. The typical seller in the program today has only activated approximately 40% of their available eBay-worthy inventory. That's an important ingredient to understand, that there is so much remaining inventory in their tool that could be up on eBay working for them. And it's important to also know that operating on this program and being on eBay is very much a numbers game. The more items you put on eBay and are made available, the more items you will sell. eBay can be a top consumer of your inventory if you let it. Why? It's got 170 million buyers and it's open 24/7. 3 parts and accessories are selling on eBay every single second. The automotive parts and accessories e-commerce business is growing very rapidly. If you search for articles about trending information, you will see e-commerce sales growth. So again, activate your worthy items, hide the unworthy. That's what I want to show you today. By doing so, it will make your ongoing housekeeping of running this channel so much easier. It will take you minutes rather than hours to deal with inventory management. If you can have a vigilant and consistent focus on your eBay seller performance, it's very powerful. And it's important to remind you that eBay top-rated sellers get benefits. They get perks. You get better placement in search results pages, regardless of price. If you are a top-rated seller, you're going to get better lift in the organic eBay search result pages. You are also eligible for a 10% discount on your final value fees. Fall below standard, your final value fee goes up to 12%. The first piece I want to show you is the inventory tool dashboard that presents itself to you every time you log into the admin. I want to show you how that you can look at this screen to unlock inventory and ultimately unlock the additional cash flow that's trapped within your tool. If you look at this inventory seller dashboard, and when you look at your inventory seller dashboard on the inventory tool, it will show you in the top side what is your trend. Where are you trending success or failure wise? The important thing to understand is on this top section of sales activity is what have you done or what are you doing with your inventory that may have an effect, up or down percentage change within the sales results here. Are you activating more parts? Are you lowering your price? Are you doing positive things, or are you doing things that you are hoping will increase sales volume? Are you going the other way? Are you increasing shipping rates? Are you increasing pricing? Are you taking listings down? Are you lowering the bar? What are you doing with your inventory that might be having a cause and effect on this particular panel? So if you know what you're doing, the results should be impacted here. And again, you want to look at this in terms of lagging information. What did I do last week? What effect is it having this week? What did I do last month? What effect is it having this month? And you'll also see year over year trending information too. So really keep an eye on that. It's very, very important that you look at this. One of the things that's important to see here is your inventory as it relates to what you have live listed on eBay. This will indicate to you whether or not you have all your available inventory activated and working for you. Is it active? Is it working for you on eBay? How do you know? Well, the one number you want to look at is this second line right here. In stock items not listed. These are items in your inventory tool that are priced, that have a positive quantity, sitting, languishing in an inactive status. So your number one goal is what's in this box right here. The goal is to reduce this number down to 0. And how do you do that? I'm going to show you, but the secret to that process is to activate items. Activating items will be subtracted from this number, and hiding items will also subtract from this number. That is the number one way you get in-stock items not live listed or not listed down to 0. So if there was one takeaway I could give you from the dashboard is to see what you have left to do in terms of getting product up to eBay. So that's the seller dashboard, the inventory dashboard that resides in the eBay inventory tool, and why it's important and what the benefits are of taking a look at it on a consistent basis. Now let's flip over to the inventory tool. Now I'm inside now. I've logged into the admin site and I am actually logged into the inventory tool. And so you can see here, I'm just going to give you a quick glimpse of this live dashboard. And you can see that this particular seller is just getting going. And they have 44 live listings on eBay. That's the count today. And they've got about 20,000 items in stock, not live listed on eBay, right? So the secret is to how to find those items. How do I quickly zero in on the 19,852 and then bring them into the realm of inventory management and part activation or hidden status? So what I can do now is really kind of go through the search panel and take you into those items that have not been live listed. So let's do a quick search, and then I'm going to go back and show you one other main component, because I want to focus on that number that's in the dashboard. If I click over mechanical parts and I click to inactive items with quantity greater than 0 and click on search, This will give me that larger collection, that large collection of inactive items. So now you can see here, give or take a few, I'm right in that zone of 19,800 items that I need to look at to post up to eBay. So that's really kind of helping you see how to quickly get to that number that resides in your dashboard. Okay, let me remind you, finding items collectively that are inactive with quantity that match that number in the dashboard, you can simply search on inactive status with quantity greater than 0, hit search, that will bring them up. Okay, so that's an easy way to find those items that are languishing. And I know almost everybody has some items that can be looked at and subjectively controlled and activated to eBay. So first piece was the dashboard. Second piece I want to show you now is your preferences or your default rules. Now, it's important to really help those that are newly initiated, or maybe there's people in the audience today that have been using eBay for quite some time, have never even been in here. Some tell me they never even knew this component or this table existed. So the first piece I want to show you up here is the inventory quantity. Now, again, it's important to remember that you're uploading a daily inventory file. So what you're looking to do is synchronize inventory quantity and pricing up to eBay every day. So when you use this particular section of show quantity available, you're simply allowing the program to synchronize what is truly available in the warehouse with what's available on eBay. If it's available, keep it open, keep it alive. If it depletes and goes out of stock, take it down momentarily. If it replenishes, put it back up. It's synchronizing and it's automated. You do have the ability and the flexibility to go in more of a controlled direction to show up a percentage of your quantity available. Or you can control quantity in a different way. You might say show a quantity of X when my actual quantity is equal to Y. So you can deflate inventory levels or inflate them. The second section down below is really talking about weight and dimensional adjustment, okay? And we're going to talk about weight and dimensional information as we move into part activation, but you do have the ability to mark up your part weight and dimensional information, and that really falls into place if you're going to start using calculated shipping. The next piece down has to do with automating the rules associated with your new inventory. It would be anything new that comes into your data that comes into the inventory program. You want to leave this status as inactive so that you can control things that go to eBay. If you open this up as an active status, you're allowing things that are in your inventory tool to automatically go and launch straight to eBay. So it's important to embrace that you want to keep those things controlled and activate them subjectively at your command. You have the ability to have a defaulted handling time. That's the number of hours you need to pick and pack and ship an item. You have price adjustment feature quantity that's available to you if you need it. You have shipping types. Now we're going to talk more about shipping types or shipping styles for your listings as we move into the inventory portion, but you do have the ability to create what's called a free shipping style to your listings. You have a fixed pricing. Okay, fixed and free are basically the same dollar amount, but one is hidden as a buy it now with free shipping. The other is visible to consumers under a fixed price, separate from the fixed price buy it now. We also have the capability for you to lay items out on eBay and set them up with what's called calculated shipping. Okay, you'll never know where the buyers are coming from, but eBay will see their address and see your origin address in combination with the part, weight, and dimensional information, and combined with the carrier and method that you're assigning to that listing, and literally calculate in real time what the consumer will pay. They click on buy it now, they do the checkout, it combines the calculated pricing, and they're done. It's a very safe way to fly for those larger, heavier, bulkier items that you're just not willing to guess what to charge, how far it's going, etc. You also have at your discretion all carrier domestic shipping methods, so carriers and methods within the menu here. And you also have the ability to charge in this preference table. You might charge a minimum default shipping rate associated with items as a benchmark, as a start, before they get activated to eBay. And one best practice that you might adopt is to add a small handling charge within the handling charge box here. Think of it as a form of self-insurance. Charge a dime or a nickel or 25 or 30 cents or 50 cents with each and every transaction. That will give you sort of a bucket of funds that you might use at your discretion. Give a guy a refund. Do you need to pay for a return shipping label? You just know that you have extra funds available to you in this process of eBay management that can be used for customer service needs should you come across those in the future. Also, international shipping is a controlled component within the inventory tool. If you are a little shy about the global shipping program at eBay or just don't quite know what the eBay global shipping program is, feel free to Google eBay Global Shipping Program, and you'll find all kinds of great information. I have to recommend it as a no-brainer. It's something that you definitely should get your product in on, and we are seeing a growing pattern of international consumers, and we're seeing about 10% of the monthly transactions are going internationally. It's important for those that don't use it or don't quite know much about it. It is a way to sell internationally but ship domestically. And for those that don't know, the eBay Global Shipping Program was set up a couple of years ago that allows you as sellers to accept sales transactions from international consumers, but all you have to do is ship it to eBay's freight forwarding facility in Erlanger, Kentucky, and you're done. eBay will take care of all the rest. Once you have all the settings in here, you want to save it, and that will apply your rules. Now, again, just as a reminder, the dashboard lives right up here. Here's your dashboard and how to get back to it should you want to revisit it once you come into the program. And then here's the preferences. So that was dashboard and preferences. Now I want to take you into a detailed description of the search panel, but also really kind of help change your game a little bit in terms of searching for parts by groupings. Okay, remember, this inventory tool here has 19,800 parts, call it 20,000 parts that I, as administrator, want to look at, dive into, and subjectively punch up to eBay to be made available for sale. Okay, my philosophy is to have a variety of items up there with proper rules and proper shipping dollars attached to them, right? Small, lightweight things only need a few dollars of shipping. Larger, bigger, bulkier things need more. So I can use the tool to divide parts into segments based on weight and dimension and put them up on eBay effectively. So I've already done, as you know, a search for inactive items in the status with quantity greater than 0. I already know that I've got the large bucket of 19,800 things. What I can do now is begin to break product down by weight range, for example, or maybe a combination of weight range, dimensional information. Maybe I want to see things of certain pricing. So let's say I want to see things from 0 to 5 pounds that are priced from $25 to $150 that have a dimensional length less than or equal to 12. So the largest dimension of the item is 12 inches or less. I click on search and I now dive into my first segment of inventory to control. Okay, now I'm down of the 20,000. Now I have a subjective search result of 3,468 items. You can see up here in the upper corner. So it's important to see how quick and easy it is. So I know what I'm after. I got the search result that I need here, and I want to activate these parts. So for example, I do this check all. I can expand my page view if I want to, up to 500 per page. I can sort this inventory that I got as a result based on these headings. So I can sort based on quantity availability. Maybe I need to see things by condition. Maybe I want to see things on price. Maybe I want to see things by status or line code, brand line code. So I can resort these things. And it's important to see what's happening here, the date they came into the system, their status with eBay, brand, line code, part number. Here is the placeholder. In this case, we see a logo. Let me see if I can find a part with some good pricing or some good pictures, right? So here's a part with a couple of different pictures. The BG stands for Buyer's Guide, PDF document to show you fitment and compatibility information for each and every individual part. You've got weight and dimensional information, condition, quantity. Here's the pricing detail for the part. Okay, $14 for shipping, 30 cents for a handling cost. And they're setting these up as a buy it now with free shipping. And it brings the total buy it now for this particular part, shipping included, $41.71. So this would be a buy it now, free shipping, $41.71 on eBay. So let's look now, part activation, check all, define rules. Now, again, this looks very much like what you saw in the preferences table. But now, if I want these items to be up on eBay, I switch them to an active status. That's the first step you do. Handling time. Are these products eligible? Is my shipping department doing smaller things quickly? Can they do these things within a 24-hour handling time? You have subjective controls. One secret ingredient to better sales on eBay and more visibility for more sales on eBay is to have the shortest duration handling time you can on your listings. So you want to be sensitive to what you're putting on there for handling times. So it's important to really embrace the handling time as a component of your success on eBay. You do have access to title and subtitle for your listings. Here is the price adjustment feature. There's also here at the part level, inventory quantity level adjustment as well. Those of you that don't see either of these, you can have them enabled, you can have them rolled out in your inventory tool. You just want to send a support request and ask for them to be enabled in your program. Here's where you have control over what style of shipping you want to put on your listings on eBay. Fixed is a fixed flat price. It's visible, separate from the part price. Free is where you're setting up a free shipping. The weight and dimensional information that's provided from cataloging carries through to the individual listing, so you can see that. And you'll also see here, like I mentioned earlier, you've got complete transparency and selection to all three major carriers and methods. Plus, you also have these other or generically defined items. So in this case, you can see the seller is prescribing to a quote-unquote standard shipping. They're not committing to any particular carrier. And in this case, in terms of parts activation, again, remember, these are items that are under 5 pounds, $25 to $150, small things under 12 inch. $14 may be a little rich. So maybe I change it down to $9. To be competitive and be value driven and try to have that sweet spot in terms of total price, $9 should be more than enough to go forward. So you can change that to whatever you want. And wanting to make sure that everything is participating in the global shipping program, you can simply check on this confirm button. And so here's one of the things that's really easy to embrace. Right? And that's what I was talking about earlier in terms of how easy and simple. It doesn't take a lot of time to activate all the parts. If I click on update selected, it's asking me to confirm I want to do the page view of 250. I do want to do 250, but I really want to do the collective grouping of the 3400. So I click this box over here, and this is an override for all the parts in the search result. So I can do an extra click of a mouse here, click on update selected, and now it's giving me a confirmation of the 3400 parts in the search result. Do I want to continue? I click on yes, and all of my rules will be applied, and you'll actually see this page go blank. Because remember, when I did the search, I asked for inactive things. And so now what I've done in that initial search is change the status to a pending active status, because it will flow up to eBay with the next inventory feed and actually trigger over to a fully active status. So that's my first ranking. Now let's say my second ranking is to go from 5 to 10 pounds. Staying within inactive, quantity, dimensional information, pricing value, click on search. It's going to come back with my next segment of parts. Now I have 721 items that are a little bit larger. So now I can do the check all, define rules, and let's again do active. $15 might be a little rich. The first one was 9. Let's do 11 on these. I check my global defaults, make sure everything is good here. Weight and dimensional information is good. Free shipping, check all, update selected, boom, 721. Now done. And I can work my way up through the ranking. Maybe I go 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. And it's important to see how you can find things and activate them subjectively or really activate them in bulk. I mean, literally, as an administrator, once you do the first couple searches and you get through the inventory part activations, it'll begin to speed up. You'll see very quickly that activating close to 20,000 parts can literally take less than 45 minutes to control all of those things and let them show up on eBay. It's that simple. Now, you heard me talk earlier about putting things into the hidden status. So let me show you now. I'm going to hit the reset button to clear the deck. Maybe some of you didn't know that you have this reset button to clear the deck and start fresh. Maybe you want to see things that are dimensionally larger than 60 inch is something that you're concerned about. And maybe those things over 60 inch are $100 or more. You might find things that are very large and very big, and you might not want to have them up on eBay. So let me show you quickly how to hide things. You do a check all, or in this case, you've only got 2 items. Back up to define rules. I move my status to hidden, and I don't need to worry about anything else because I don't want them on eBay. They're never going to get to eBay. So I come down here, click on update selected, and click yes, done. They'll be moved over to the hidden status. And if also, it's important to know that if these are parts that are up on eBay and you move them from an active status to a hidden status, they will come down from eBay permanently. So it's important to see that moving from hidden puts them over. That's a really important ingredient to understand, is the different status levels. Active, inactive, and hidden is how you control your inventory and keep it clean, efficient, and working for you effectively on eBay. So it's really important to see, as we go through the search panel one more time here, to see that you've got the ability to search for something in the title, keyword. You've got the ability to search for an item based on its part number. Okay, status is a filter. Brand. Okay, you've got many brands coming into to the program here. Maybe you want to filter by brand. Line code is directly associated with that. Quantity levels is the number one thing you want to search for. Items in my inventory with positive quantity, those are the ones that you need to get to eBay. This is a new filter that helps you find items that don't have any record of sales in a specified number of months. So it's a nice way to maybe say, okay, what are these slow movers that no one's buying on eBay? Maybe I take them down. Maybe they're not buying them because my pricing is way off mark. You can really just use this as a filter to look at those products and decide what to do with them. Do I want to take them off eBay and substitute them for other product that should be up on eBay? So it really gives you a filter to see inventory for its sales, transaction, or lack of it. Again, cataloging has weight and dimensional information in there. And it's really important to reiterate that the weight and dimensional information that we rely on from the manufacturer is not perfect, but you want to look at them very carefully. And if you find things that are going up on eBay that are totally inaccurate, totally wrong, either too high or too low, find the part within the tool here and make those adjustments. If you adjust something for an individual part here in the tool, it'll stay there forever. So it's important to see that you can come back to those parts and make changes to them and control them effectively. Dimensional information is also important, okay? If you want to see things of certain weight and dimension, use this. You've got condition, either new or remanufactured. Images are installed. You have the ability to, I'm not spending a lot of time today in doing initial training to show you that you can actually add images of your own. And for those of you that are very interested and conscious of adding your own individual part images, we actually do have, it's worth mentioning that there is a mobile app that you can download to take pictures off of a tablet or smartphone and install them right here into the program and put them on eBay. And so if you just go to the App Store and search for Next Part Image, it's totally free, it's free to use, and it's a great way to customize your listings and differentiate them from other people. It's a great way to substitute logos. Again, sale price, your items are being pushed in here with the price on them. If you're interested, you can filter for parts with core, remanufactured core charge. If you're starting to assign shipping and handling dollars, you can use those as a filter. Shipping method, shipping type, and GSP stands for the Global Shipping Program. You can find parts that are not opted in and either opt them in or opt them out. It's important to see. We also give you the opportunity to filter based on category. All those search elements are designed for you and to help you. On the GoToWebinar panel has 3 handouts on there for you to download. The first one is a way for you to document what you're doing in terms of part search and rules. If you have a document that can help you refer back to what you've done, it's a great way to refer back to those particular items, get them up on the inventory tool quickly and make adjustments in just a couple of seconds. There's also a component on here with on-demand inventory tool training by segment. So there's a very digestible by segment on-demand training that's in the document. So if you click on each of the colored bars, it'll take you to a video. And I want you to also pay special attention at the bottom of that PDF for training, on-demand training. There's actually a 3-part series associated with eBay navigation and eBay seller best practices that I put together that you might find very, very beneficial to your seller navigation on eBay. It's also important to help you understand that you as program sellers have access to resources within eBay. So I want to provide you through that contact sheet there, the contact information, what purposes they serve, and also how to reach them by phone and by email. So let me show you what you're looking at here. So this is the inventory grid. Take it for what you want it to do. Take it and make it your own. But these are search examples to show you types of searches. Here's a screenshot of the on-demand training segments. Just click on the colored bar. It'll take you to the video. They're all, anywhere from 3 to, I think the longest one is about 8 minutes long. The other piece is this program support. eBay Motors. There's an account management team there designed to help you with your onboarding and setup. If you haven't done it already, go to them. They will help you. Business development opportunities, growth and strategic initiatives. Maybe you have some questions or some things you might want to do in terms of global shipping. You want to set up your eBay store. You want to do some marketing and other communication things within eBay and your eBay store. What you can pull off of Selling Manager Pro. Okay, you're getting your store and you're getting eBay Selling Manager Pro for free. If you want to navigate or really get the most out of it or find some best practices, they're a great group of people to get some help from. On the other side of the coin for eBay is the eBay Merchant Support Organization. You're going to have policy issues that come at you. Maybe you have buyer protection claims that you need to deal with. Maybe you found some technical bugs. Things aren't working right. Maybe you don't like what you see on your invoice and you want to talk about your billing and your fee structure. Maybe you have feedback or defect issues and you want to remove a buyer defect or a transactional defect. If you feel like there's some risk or fraud going on around you and your inventory on eBay, the merchant support team is rock solid and you'll be able to get some help very quickly. I do recommend, if you want to talk to the MSO group, call them. It's worth it. You'll learn something every time. If you want to, communicate with the eBay Motors account management, I would recommend emailing them and tell them what your situation is. Give them your seller ID and ask them if they'll call you back now or at a specific time in the very, very near future. They're great people. They are rock solid as well, and they will help you in any way that they can. In conclusion, I have a 2018 call to action for all sellers. I have a challenge for you. Engage. Go to your inventory tool. Make sure that all the product that you have is either up, active, working for you on eBay, or moved into the hidden status and get it out of the way. Dig out those inactive items and get them up on eBay. Hide the unworthy. Profit from this powerful selling channel. It doesn't take as much time and resources as you think it might to get your inventory up there and working for you. The foundation of this program and the foundation of the success of this channel for your business, it starts with your inventory. If it's not up there working for you, you're not succeeding. So thank you again for your time and your attention. Take the next step. Apply this new perspective. Apply this training. Activate your worthy items. You're in control.